Rob, who you got?
So man, it's tough. I think I'm trying because I want. Sorry, Bob. I'd like to see a T Wolves Pacers final, just something different. I do believe the Celtics will win it all still, but personally, I'd like to see someone else. Celtics want to win, just something different. So I do think that the T Wolves knocked off a better team in Denver, winning on the road, especially in Denver, very impressive. I'm going to agree with Scott and go T Wolves in seven, but I think the Celtics will win the finals still.
Right. So you don't think you don't want my Celtics to win, John? I'm not friends with Rob. I never met him, and I'm only letting him on because of his San Diego hat because I like it. That's it. I understand. I understand. I
Remember, I
understand.
had Boston, I had the Bruins and the Celtics winning, the NHL and the NBA, Bob. You can't, I still think they're going to win. I just want something different. You guys, how many championships does Boston have?
The answer to that is never enough. That's the answer to that.
You just want to catch the Yankees. Get out of here, Bob.
We're on our way. And just think if the league was around for another 50 years, because baseball been around way longer, we probably would have caught him by now. Probably, yeah. Yeah. Imagine that Boston head of the Yankees. What a beautiful thing that is. But
Fantasy.
um yeah, I mean, hey, I do think we're gonna win. And let's see.
Tony,
Uh
Tony calling in.
I don't know. 19, I don't know what that is. That your code, Rob?
So don't repeat that number on the air, but
I'm
that
not.
phone number will allow Tony to call in and he has to enter the access code and he can come on through audio.
Okay. Okay, yeah. We did that when we had the big show. I mean, Kiki Vandeweghe came on that way, and Rick Neuheisel and a bunch of others. So
And the Herbmeister.
the Herb's coming.
No, I'm just saying he also called in, dialed in.
Okay, well, if Herb was coming, I would have. You guys could have finished the show, and I'll see you guys later. Have a nice night and all that good stuff. No, no, I like Herb. No, no. But yeah, I guess you want to talk hockey as well, right?
Yeah, so are we still all in agreement that the Celtics are going to ultimately win?
Unfortunately.
Thanks, John. Thanks. Much happiness to Dallas. Okay, yeah,
Go
yeah.
Mavs.
We're gonna kick that. We're gonna kick that horse right in the snoot. But yeah, no, I do. I think it. Like I said, they're the best team all year. They've been that way, and all year, and they're deep. They're all this stuff about this team's deep and that team. No, we're the deepest team. Let's get real. Stop rooting with your heart instead of your head, or better yet, don't root at all. Just see it for what it is. And look, like I said, there were other years where I always wanted to win, but I knew that we probably wouldn't. This year, I don't feel that way. And I'm just trying to be real about it, separate my feelings. I expect to win this time. Nothing else outside of that um, is acceptable. So it looks like we got my brother on, or sort of on.
Trying to
Uh,
come on.
huh?
Tony, you're
Trying to get on.
muted.
He's muted. He's invisible.
Yeah. Right. Well, he'll get in. But okay. So do you
Well,
want?
we have a chance for Dallas to sweep here. All the major sports. Texas, baseball, Dallas, Stars, Dallas, Mavs.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be huge.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, I don't think it'll happen, but
As long as the Cowboys don't win, I mean, that's all that matters.
right.
I don't think they have a
Tony has
chance.
joined us. We're talking NBA conference finals and second round recap. Any thoughts?
Uh, Boston didn't win that game last night. Indiana blew that game. They gave them that game when they couldn't throw that ball in bounds. All they had to do was hand it. Everybody ran away from the ball. You're supposed to come to the ball. You throw that ball in, they got to foul you. You make the free throws, the game's over. I mean, if Boston was so lucky they got outplayed. And I saw the
Well, wait a
interview.
minute.
I saw the interview after the game with one of the Boston top players. Maybe he's the captain. I don't know his name, but he was very unhappy. He did not. He wasn't happy about winning. It wasn't happy about the performance of the team. He was very concerned. He knew. Even though he made that three in the corner, he knew that they should have lost that game. And he knows if they don't play better, they're going to lose that to this Indiana team.
That was Jalen Brown, I think. That's who you're trying to.
Yeah, that's who it was. Number 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who it was. And he was right on. I give the guy a lot of credit. He gave Indiana all the credit. He was happy that they won, but not very happy about the performance of his teammates and the way they played.
Well, you know what? How about this? And I said it, and actually LeBron chimed in on it. How come once that ball was out on Indiana and Boston was ready to throw the ball in, once that ball got in, why didn't Indiana foul them? That would have iced the game.
Well, that's right. That was another mistake they made.
Yeah,
he made three mistakes.
Big one.
When they were trying to get the ball in bounds, the coach never called timeout. And he admitted he made that mistake.
Right.
That was number one. You got to bring the guys to the ball. I mean, all you got to do is stand in front of the guy who's throwing it in and have him hand it to you. And they're going to foul him, right? I mean, so that was number one. They didn't get it in. They threw a terrible pass. It kind of reminded me of Havlicek stole the ball. Havlicek stole the ball. You know, I mean,
or over against DJ or to DJ when Isaiah Thomas threw a bad pass.
Yeah, and then you're right, and then they let him shoot the three. They should have mugged him. They should have mugged him before he ever got the ball off, over his head. He should have wrapped him up. And there's no way that guy would have made all 3 free throws. No way.
You're probably right on it because Jalen, at times, when he's on the line, when it's a tight moment, he kind of freezes up a little bit, and he has been known to miss foul shots. So I was a little worried about him going to the foul line. I really was.
And then the other thing is, the kid from Duke,
Tatum.
Tatum, he played terrible the whole game until
I agree with that. And then at the end, but you know what they really saw at the end in the overtime, we only had a 1-point lead, and then he finally hit that three, which saved, and that's what they bragged about. And he had 32 points quietly.
Yeah.
Look, the only thing I don't agree with what you said, Anth, like I understand it was theirs to win, but Boston allowed that because most of the game Boston had a lead, like 99% of it. They couldn't. Whenever they started to pull away, they started going back to taking those threes again, and they were missing. And that allowed Indiana to A, get confident, and B, stay in the game and think, maybe we can do this because we could shoot. And I kept saying,
Indiana can really shoot, and they're big. They're big. They're tall.
Right.
They got some long arms.
They're
real athletic, and they're young, and they're hungry. And I got to tell you, this is going to be a 7-game series.
That's what I think.
Indiana is going to beat them in Indiana.
That's what I think.
Boston better not lose a game at home or they're going to get bounced.
That's what I said. And that's exactly right. And you know what? I was worried because nobody else took Indiana seriously. And I go, you can't overlook the fact they've led the league in scoring all year.
And you guys should be at Yankee Stadium tonight. Joe Torre's there.
Oh, great. Lovely.
The elusive Joe Torre.
Right.
Yeah. You know what? Like, I still haven't heard anything from MLB. Because when you text me, that's what they said, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll
call
the PR department tomorrow morning.
First thing in the morning, Bob.
I'll call them first thing.
The hotel reservation until 4 p.m. If you don't go, I got to cancel it.
Okay. But you know what? I'll call them before the flight because I'm going to the game tomorrow night. Me and Steve are going. So.
Right. Hey, John, got 2 big home runs tonight. We're up 4-0. And the Orioles lost today. Well, what's going on?
They lost
the Dodgers lost.
They lost a doubleheader.
They lost a doubleheader.
Today?
Yes.
2 games?
It was a day night.
To the Cardinals?
Yep.
Oh, man. But that's good for the Yankees.
Of course. Because you're a Yankee fan. Tom was born in Baltimore. I know. Wow. But no, like I totally agree with that. Like Indiana, it wasn't so much in Boston, didn't win, but Indiana lost. because Boston really should have won the damn game, but they kept them in because you cannot just let up for. I thought my whole starting five had to have 25 to beat them each because that's how good they shoot. And
and you know what else too? Indiana does go to the basket for layups.
there you go. They're not afraid to do it.
They go for the 2 points, which
Right.
helped them get back in that game.
That's exactly right. And then Tatum started missing those threes, and that helped them even more. That's exactly. And
I'm telling you, in my mind, Tatum still's got to prove to me that he's a champion.
Me too.
You know what?
He's
not
a
winner,
champion, but not the best player in the league. He's going around telling people he's the best player in the league.
No, he's a winner, but he is to me yet not been a champion.
Yeah. Well, we didn't have a center yet though either. So let's see what happens this year.
Yeah. And I'm a little upset with Perkins.
Why?
Because he got on and talked about all the great past Celtics and never once mentioned Larry Bird.
Interesting. Makes me wonder.
Yeah, me too. I wasn't happy about that.
Yes.
Anyway, sorry, Rob. Go ahead, man.
No, it's okay. No, please give us your further thoughts about this omission of Larry Bird by Perkins.
Every player he mentioned was black. Okay, flat out. He didn't mention Larry Bird. Now he could have forgot Larry Bird, but how do you forget Larry Bird? Come on.
That's not the only time. That's not the only time he's done it.
I can't ever disassociate the Celtics from Larry Bird. It's not possible.
There happens to be a statue out there of Larry Bird.
Right.
Am I right?
There's not a statue of Perkins out there.
No. No.
And hey, you know what? It's funny you say that because he also did the same thing to Jokic. He was mad that he won it, and didn't Luka win one year? I think the MVP. He didn't.
MVP.
Yeah,
I believe he did. Yeah,
that's right. And he said it like 2 weeks ago. Both those guys didn't deserve it. Well, both those guys are white. So what are you saying to me? You got a problem with that? Like, yeah.
Well, I think he's part of the crew of they want less European players and more homegrown American players. And, it just so happens that 99% of the Europeans are coming out white over here, because he's not saying anything against Giannis.
That's easy to hide behind, but does he really mean it inside? I don't know.
I mean, I agree with you, but maybe the American players ought to learn how to play fundamentally sound games.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Because these European kids are coming in here and they play a whole game. They pass, they run the floor, they shoot the 5-foot shot, they do the layups. They just don't dunk and make a three. And they can make threes because they're well coached. I mean, these guys are so way ahead. 125 opening day roster foreign athletes. And I have nothing against that. If that means you're getting the best players, take them so you can win, because it's all about the bottom line is all about winning and losing,
Who's going to be on our Olympic team this year? I don't even know who's going to be coaching. I have no idea what's going on there. Anybody?
Yeah, I do. I don't know either. I don't even know who's going to be on it. And yeah, I don't know who's coaching. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Oh, no. Yeah, no, I'm not sure. No, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I know that
they basically put the team together last minute.
Right.
Yeah, I know that Embiid was trying to play for France. So between him, Gobert, Victor Wembanyama, I mean, they might be the team to beat realistically.
Right. I agree, John. They may not win the gold medal this time around.
John, when you can.
Okay. But sorry. Okay.
John, I'm trying to think of which player from Europe said it. I want to say it was Jokic, but it could have been Luka. He basically said, when I got to the NBA, I thought, man, this is going to be tough. And then once he started to play, he was like, this is the easiest league I've ever played in. These guys don't play D. They're not that good. There you go. There's your answer right there. I mean,
It was Luka, and they then they followed up with him after he scored 73 points, and they asked him if that was easy, and he said no. He said that one to get 73 is never easy anywhere, but he said to get 30 points in the NBA was easier than to get 30 points overseas.
Sorry.
Yeah. I think Tony's busy right now, but yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean,
Yeah.
I totally agree with that.
Your mom and I are sharing the other one.
Okay.
But,
So I guess if Tony, any predictions? If you hear, I don't know if you hear us. We all
Yeah, I
kind of
can hear
give
you.
our predictions.
Oh, sorry. What now?
Just your
Predictions.
predictions for these conference finals for the NBA. I think we all think the Celtics are going to win, and I think we're mixed on the T Wolves and Mavs.
You know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go off a little outside the box. I got a feeling this Minnesota team's going to win it all. They're
Really?
they're really good, really good.
Interesting.
That's who I want to win. I want to see when has Minnesota ever won in basketball?
They never won it.
Never, no. I
I'll
got
take
the
that heartbeat.
yeah. I've got the Ranger game on here too. So
What's
Well,
going on
it's
right
funny
now
you
with
say
it?
that because we were just about to jump in the into the
Right.
NHL talk.
Right.
mhm.
What do we
Well,
think about this Panthers Rangers series?
well, I think the Rangers, like I said, are going to win it all, and I think they're going to win this series, and Dallas is going to win the other series, and I think the Rangers are going to win it all. I mean, uh, that was my pick originally, and I'm sticking with it because I think the Rangers are really good. I really do. They've had a great year. They got a good team. I'll tell you though, I also picked the Oilers to win that series, and they came back and won that series. The Oilers, they're really good. I mean, they've got three studs, and that's why I picked them to win that last series. And Vancouver was good. Vancouver should have beat them at home in Game 7, and they didn't. So, when you got the players, this Bouchard and Drysell, and then you got O'Connor, David, McDavid. You got those three guys. I mean, you focus on one of them and shut one of them down, the other two are going to beat you. So, they've got a three-headed monster, I think. And yeah, I could see them getting to the finals, but and I think that team is a little older, so I think time is running out for them. They got to get it done pretty soon, and this might be one of their best shots to do it. But Dallas is awful good, so. But I'm going to stick with Dallas and the Rangers in the finals, But Florida's good too. The Panthers are really good. So this is going to be a great series. I think it's going to go 7 games. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a great series. Florida's the real deal. They completely made me look like a fool, thinking it was a fluke. So I'm on the Panther train. I think they're going to win it all.
Yeah, that's a good choice. And I think any one of these 4 teams can win it. They can win it all.
Right.
Any one of the 4 teams. When you get this far and you're that good, any one of these 4 teams can win it. Yeah. But we'll see. I don't think anybody's going to win four in a row in this last 2 series. No way. These 4 teams are too good to lose 4 in a row. Yeah. I can see both series going 7 games, actually.
Yeah, I could see.
Bob, what do you think about these matchups?
Well, I picked Dallas and the Rangers the first night, and I picked Dallas to win it all. I do think they're going to beat the Oilers. I know the Oilers can score, but Dallas can score. They scored 300 goals this year, right? And they have a lot of guys that can score. So, and they have a good goalie. Yeah, they're tough. The Rangers are great. I never doubted them once. I've been watching them all year. I mean, do I personally want them to win? No, but can they? And they easily could. But I think they're going to end up playing Dallas. I'm going to stick with my pick because, I just think that Dallas is good enough and they have enough firepower to stop them. And you have to score. The one thing you can't do with the Rangers is allow them to get a power play. because that's just asking for death, really, because they always score on a power play. They've been doing it all year. So, but Dallas is tough, and they do keep the game close, and they keep you from scoring too. So, and they have enough offense to win. I'm going to stick with Dallas. That's what I think.
I like Dallas over the Oilers. Canada hasn't won a Stanley Cup in I don't know how many years. Have they won one this? I don't know if they won one this side of the century here yet. But
I think the last
it's
time was Montreal in '93, but I could be
yeah,
wrong.
yeah, it's been quite a long time.
Yeah.
I like the Oilers players. I like them individually as a team. This is the most well put together they've been. Um, they have the star power to be able to overcome anybody, but will they do it against Dallas? I don't know. I think I like Dallas's coach Peter DeBoer. I mean, he was a Devils coach. He took them to the finals. He was the Sharks coach. He took them to the finals. Then he was the first coach for the Golden Knights there, and he took them really far. I mean, a team that was put together by a draft, realistically, and he took them to number one in the conference and right into the playoffs there. And he's just the best loser ever. He hasn't won at all. He's the runner up perennially, it seems like. So this is the best he's ever been with a team. You see his winning percentage with each team just go up significantly. And he's got like a 600 something winning percentage with Dallas, but they're looking good. But I think they end up losing to whoever comes out of the East. Just because he doesn't finish. They never seem to finish. I would love to see Joe Pavelski win a cup, though. He's one of the great hockey players that hasn't won it out there still. He's getting up there in age. He's fantastic captain, always has been. So we'll see. I got Dallas and probably the Rangers. I'm hoping for Florida, though.
Right. Right. Did we lose Rob for a second? Because we can't see his picture, but I'm sure he's there. But no, I agree with you. I mean, there's always players on every team that don't win it, and some great ones go their whole career with not winning it in every sport. But um, look. I know that the Oilers are great, and I know they can score, but I just think that Dallas is just a little bit better, and I think they're going to beat them, and they have Game 7 at home if they need it. So, I think they're going to go. They were my pick, so I'm definitely sticking with it. And actually, Rob is going to tell us in a second who he likes. Am I right, Rob?
All right, Bob. So I had Edmonton in the finals originally. I'm going to stick with that. Um,
Against
Dallas
Florida?
is really getting into a groove. I mean, again, there's no surprises anymore if any of these teams win. I agree. I think Florida has maintained their position as the most dominant team in the playoffs, and they're just formidable. And they seem to be repeating their path from last year to the finals. They got Boston, now they got New York, and I think when they get there, they're going to seal the deal. I like Florida, so that's
Florida's
my story, and
they're
I'm
not a
sticking.
bad pick.
What's that?
Not a bad pick, Rob.
Not bad at
Boston,
all.
that was a bad pick because I didn't believe in them this year.
Well, they had the best record last year. And,
I see you,
it just
John. I know
goes to
you
show
do
you how much
too.
hockey I watch.
Huh? Yeah, yeah. But
Florida is on they're on a power play right now, so
there's still no score.
no score. Yeah,
Okay,
but
but
I have to sign off because my dinner is downstairs. I gotta go. So
thanks,
um,
thanks for coming.
Signing off
yeah,
with you, Tony. It's time for me to go as well. I'm glad you made it on. Appreciate it.
yep. It's going to be very interesting in these finals, both hockey and the NBA's. It's going to be real interesting to see. I'll just put this in. I'm not sold on the Celtics as much as their record's so great, but I just don't something. You know, they shoot themselves in and shoot themselves right out of games.
Yeah.
It's too much 3-point shots,
Yep.
and if you're missing them, you're going to lose if the other team is making them. And Indiana is the kind of team that they can make them, and they'll go to the basket for 2. So, they'll do the N1 over 3. Where a lot of guys go all the way to the basket, nobody's around them. They throw way outside, and the guy misses the 3.
And a lot of times they have open looks. They can just lay the ball in, and they refuse to do it. It's unbelievable to me.
Boston can beat themselves with this shooting. They're shooting the way they shoot,
and they have in the past.
Yeah, I mean, and now you're going up against a team who can really shoot the ball.
Right.
Yep. Okay. Sorry, guys, but good luck on getting some passes for tomorrow. So hope you get up to Cooperstown.
Well,
absolutely.
I think we're going to go on Friday. I think we're going up Friday.
Okay.
I also have to run, so good seeing you guys. Good breaking it down. Go Dallas and go Dallas. And go Yankees.
Go Yankees.
Go Dallas, Yankees. Love it.
Okay.
I don't.
Hi, guys. Of course not, Bob.
Huh?
Mr. Boston, Kansas City, Buffalo. Who's your other teams?
Right.
What's going on here, Mets?
The Mets, and they're disgusting. They're disgusting. But
yep.
A lot of pain.
Okay, I think we're done. Thanks, everybody.
That's a wrap. So you know the drill, folks. Like the show, click the likey button, click the subscribey button, spread the word, tell your friends, tell your family, tell the world all about the sports show with Bob Spino and Tony Spino and John and Rob. So again, we appreciate the viewership. We will be having guests coming on soon, and hopefully we'll have a nice Cooperstown show coming for you this weekend and soon thereafter. So with that, signing off for the sports show with Bob Spino. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.